Hello Leo, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here with your October 2025 general reading. We are looking at the first half of October here. Thanks so much for being here. Please do subscribe and like. It's helpful to watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos as well if you know them for additional insight and perspective. If this reading or something about this reading hits home with you and you'd like to explore it more in your own personal life, how to navigate through a situation, or you just like the reading style, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, we are approaching the holiday season and they make easy and lovely gifts to give. But if you're interested, you can email me for more information, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can click on the description of this video below to see those details as well. I cover everything: love and romance, relationship compatibility, career, work, money, finance, investment. I do 6 and 12-month overviews, different costs, lengths, spreads, something for everyone. And I'm quite diligent about timely scheduling of personal readings as I do this full time. So email me if you'd like. Okay, Leo, let's see what the universe has in store for the first half of October 2025 for our lovely lions. We have the Lovers, a crossroads card, pretty significant, important decisions that need to be made about relationships or partnerships, or that will affect relationships or partnerships. We have the Ace of Wands, new beginning, an exciting new beginning. Desire, passion, enthusiasm, excitement. Some of you are on the cusp of meeting somebody, and the connection or attraction will be pretty immediate. Some of you are in a new relationship and looking at the future of the relationship, exploring that. And some of you may be experiencing a renewal in an already existing relationship. Some of you are considering going into partnership with somebody else that's platonic. It could be business, investment as well. The Ace of Coins or Pentacles, the Ace of Earth. We have two aces here. So starting off on a new path, the Ace of Coins says that this also has the promise and potential to be perhaps financially and materially rewarding as well, building something together. Now, your crowning energy, which makes sense, is the Two of Wands, also a choice card. So it's about making choices, making decisions. Which path of action do I take? Let's take a look at that Two of Wands. The Ace of Swords. You have 3 aces here, 5 cards, and 3 of them are aces. Lovely, lucky energy. So the Ace of Swords is truth, knowledge, information, and perspective. It's kind of like perhaps the light bulb going off over your head. It may be that recently there has been some kind of awakening or epiphany that you have experienced. Judgment, the Devil. There's a call to act here. There's obviously an opportunity, an offering, an option, an opportunity in front of you to move in some kind of different direction. The challenge here is in the Devil card, because the Devil card represents tempting but perhaps toxic or unhealthy situations which kind of tie us down. In regards to manifesting the things that you want, this would represent letting go of the things that we may be attached to but aren't helping us get to the things that we want. It's kind of like saying, I want this and I want that. This is what I'd like to have happen in my life. This is what I'd like to manifest in my life. But yet your actions tell a different story. You're not in alignment, right? But there's this temptation or this pattern or habit that needs to be broken. And the pattern or habit can be physical patterns or habits. That they can be, the way that we look at something, a mindset. Judgment is a card that, it's also major crossroads energy. It's quite clear here that some of you are on the verge or at the crossroads of making significant choices in your life that could really change your life. Judgment, depending on the deck you use, the artwork usually shows some version of a graveyard or a cemetery, tombstones, coffins, people rising up because there's an archangel blowing its horn. It's a call to rise up, a call to renew, a call to move in a different direction. You can choose to say yes or no, but the results are usually long-lasting, if not permanent, because that's what judgment is, right? We're responsible and accountable for the choices and decisions we make. So this is about being called to move in a different direction, to make some choices that will take you in a different direction rather than keep you perhaps stuck in something you have been. Again, the challenge is in the Devil card. Unhealthy habits, patterns, attachments. But there's that temptation, right? That's what keeps us kind of in that same loop, and those are going to have to be broken moving forward. And I think you guys know this. Pretty significant time. Okay, let's take a look at the Lovers. It may be that some of you need to let go of relationships, attachments, connections that are holding you back from finding relationships, attachments, connections, or even jobs that are not in alignment with who you really are, meaning that they're not a good match. But perhaps you have this sense of attachment because you've invested so much for so long in them, and we're reluctant to let something go. Sometimes we keep ourselves in unhappy or unfulfilling relationships or jobs because we think if we leave them, then it means all that work was for nothing. Nothing is ever for nothing, right? Now, what you're hoping to gain may not come from the source that you had been investing in, but making the choice to break free from the things that are not in alignment with you and are actually holding you back is what's going to open up that possibility and potential. All right, with the Lovers, we have, the Lovers again. The Knight of Wands, very fast opportunity coming in, very fast moving here. And the Three of Wands, starting to see your efforts paying off and feeling much more hopeful and positive about the future, because this is about future growth and expansion. It's a process that may take a little bit of time, some patience. I think one of the challenges here too is moving forward very quickly and spontaneously, and needing to make sure that you understand, because all of this is clarifying the Lovers twice. We have the Lovers twice here. Lots of fast moving energy. But I think something that has to be considered here is it takes time to build and grow things. And there's a sense of needing to be aware of how the decisions and choices we make will affect other people or the people that we're in relationship with. So that's something here too. All right, let's take a look at the Ace of Wands. Page of Cups, Ten of Swords, and the Hermit. There's been a lot of lessons learned in the past. There may have been a past difficult situation, which may have involved feeling betrayed or feeling let down or feeling really hurt. Could be within this situation or relationship here. The Ten of Swords, because 10 is a kind of coming full circle, a cycle closing off. It can represent a challenging, perhaps painful understanding, awareness, and acceptance that something is at an end or something has changed. It's not going to be the thing that you thought it was. Past hurts, past betrayals. But remember, we're clarifying the Ace of Wands, so this is previous. There is help, lessons learned with the Hermit. Could also represent somebody else that's significant in your life. The Page of Cups, there's help coming in here. There's hope and renewal here, and opportunity to move through or move beyond what was holding you back because of previous pain, previous history. Now, for some of you, this is just going to be a relationship in which there's been a lot of difficulty, hurt, betrayal, perhaps. There's an opportunity for renewal here. It may be that for some of you in an already existing relationship, all of those things that happened kind of culminated in that Ten of Swords and gave you this sort of Ace of Swords insight that told you, look, if you continue with this, It's just going to keep going around and around and around and around again. You're being called to move in a different direction. Whether it's a new relationship, but you still have old beliefs, mindsets that are kind of holding you back from it. This is about opening yourself back up again. You know, ultimately, this whole reading is about making choices to do something different, to move in a different direction. And that you have what it takes to overcome the challenges of breaking any old habits or patterns or attachments that you have moving forward. And I see help coming in for some of you as well. It may be that there's a new person coming in for you, whether it's romantic or otherwise, to also help move you through this sort of transitional phase and get you on this new path. Let's take a look at the Ace of Coins. The Ace of Coins represents being at the beginning of a path of building towards future security and stability. It could be financial and material, but also, you know, it can be emotional as well, or a combination of all of those things. It's being at the beginning of a path of building something which is much more in alignment with who you are, if you have the courage and the strength to let go of what's holding you back from it. Yeah, the Hanged Man. Perhaps making some present sacrifices in order for greater long-term gain. Understanding that because sometimes that's what it takes. We have to let go of things perhaps that we have attachment or history with because we're moving towards something better, something more in alignment for us, and we can't take the old things with us. Yeah, death. This calls us to, you know, those aspects of whatever that devil card represents, to let them lay down, let them die, so that we can experience rebirth and renewal moving forward. And the Six of Swords, which is a card of healing, a transitional time, slowly but surely putting the worst of it behind you and moving towards a better place. Again, whether it's an older relationship, a new relationship, or the two of you together are considering making a significant life change in another area, but that affects the two of you and other people as well. Ultimately, this is all about being called to move in a different direction. And in order to do that, you're going to have to let go of some things. People, places, jobs, situations, mindsets, belief systems, to open yourself up to possibility moving forward and letting go of past hurt and trauma. All right, any advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit? Nine of Wands, Eight of Swords. You're almost there. You're almost to the end of completing a difficult cycle. You've been through quite a bit. You're still standing. There may be these last little things to tie up here, and maybe not so little for some of you, but you're almost there. You're almost to the end. Don't let limiting mindset, belief systems, attachments that you say you can't, I can't free myself from this, I can't free myself from that because of this, because of that. Basically because we're afraid that the challenges we might face are too great, or we fear what it might require of us. That's the only thing that's holding us back here, is what's our messages, the messages have told us. Four of Swords and Three of Cups. As advice, this may be taking a little bit of a time out before you make any significant decisions here. Maybe taking a step back, taking a rest, maybe getting some advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. Take some time to enjoy yourself as well. This is kind of a classic, vacation combination, or kind of getting away for a time. It may be that you find help, support, encouragement, and possibly even love from within your friendship circle, from within your community as well, whether it's romantic or platonic or otherwise. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Leo, those are your messages for the first half of October 2025. Looks like you guys have a choice in front of you to that could make a significant difference in your life path. So many blessings and good luck to you. I hope this reading was helpful for those of you for whom it resonated. If it was, and you'd like to take a deeper look, explore it in your own personal life. If you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself, or possibly as a gift for someone else, email me for more information, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can see that also by clicking on the description of this video below. I'd love to hear from you. I will see you all again shortly. Take care. Be well. Talk to you later.